So quite a lot of things were happening. The main focus is Deku is going to take on Shigaraki. Well, first of all, a lot of things have been revealed that we didn't know before. So, apparently, Shigaraki was actually using his own natural physical strength when he teleported across the map. When he like just jumped there straight to Deku, and he blitzed Endeavor. That was his physical strength. Now, it's stated that it's not on the level of All Might, so he's not going to be as strong as Deku, of course. But his just not even a quirk, his just natural physical capabilities are actually comparable to All Might. They're far greater than Endeavor's, and I mean Endeavor actually tried to. He got wrecked by Shigaraki. Shigaraki did a pose on him. He did the pose where he raised his fist in the air. I thought that was a great panel, honestly. Other than that, there were a couple interesting things, like little details, such as Shigaraki. He awakened the Nomus using his radio waves quirk, and he actually controlled the decay. So his decay, not only is its range just like godly, like it's city level, or close to that, honestly. It wiped out an entire mountain with a touch, or just upon awakening. It clearly, he has a great control over it. I mean, just an incredible control. I don't think I was actually expecting him to have this much control, because we knew he could pick up objects without using his quirk, but it seems like he can use his quirk to decay, like let's say a house, but if somehow he knows, let's say there's a laptop he doesn't want to decay in the house, he'll be able to actually decay the whole house and leave the laptop undecayed, which I don't know, it's just incredible to be honest. Like, I'm guessing he's using a combination of another quirk which lets him detect stuff, or like a sensory quirk, because he 100% has those, because All For One had many sensory quirks that he used to see around because he didn't have eyes, or he couldn't use his eyes anymore. So I'm guessing using those sensory quirks, because we did see him use one to identify Deku, but I'm sure he has more. So I'm guessing he's using them to identify the what do they call, like the vats that the Nomu were in. Another thing, these aren't actually high ends; these are nearly high ends, as said by the professor. So they're almost as strong as high ends, but the reason the high ends were so fearsome, at least this is what I've talked about in my other reviews, it was because their tactical mind, the strategies that they could form just right off the spot. I mean, like, their just battle IQ was just insanely off the charts. That is what made them fearsome. Like, sure, having many quirks is great, but being an idiot, if you're an idiot, a pro hero would take care of you, no problem. But these high ends were just so smart, and they used their quirks so, like, in such a clever way. That was what made them so powerful and fearsome. So sure, now we have a bunch of Nomus that are like, I would honestly say they're strong, just in terms of the quirks they can use and physical abilities and such. They're probably as strong as high ends, but they don't have as the professor said, they can't think for themselves. So they aren't able to do any of the strategies that the high end could do. So they're nowhere near strong. I know he said they're nearly high ends, but they are nowhere near as strong as the high ends. So that's why there was like a bunch of them. Obviously they're not going to be taken out, because Shigaraki's like, oh yeah, this is an army fit for a king, or something like that. So what happens in the end is Shigaraki's going for a Razorhead, and honestly, no one is going to stop him. His speed, he's quirkless as well. No one can touch him when he's quirkless. I don't understand, like, a monster has been created. I just don't understand how he's this powerful without a quirk. He is literally quirkless. His body is able to take on all of the top heroes with absolute ease, including the number one hero, just with no problem, without a quirk. Then throw All For One and throw hundreds of quirks, possibly thousands, onto the guy. Okay, let's say Deku goes like 1,000% one for all, he unlocks all 6 quirks and masters them. He's not touching Shigaraki. I'm not even kidding. I don't know. Something needs to happen to nerf him. He's just, I don't know what, like, it was like kind of plausible that maybe Midoriya could beat him, before, if Midoriya like maxed out everything, but now that we've seen like quirkless, he's this powerful. I just don't see any scenario. I mean, unless there's like another hidden secret power boost to 1-4, I don't see him taking him out. I just don't. It's just crazy. I mean, there were other things like the reactions of everyone just living their lives. All Might was watching with Eddie. There were smaller things like, you know, some Gran Torino dialogue he met with Ketchan, and he already knew that he knew the secret. But I guess that's the main part, you know. Deku, just the most important part, which everyone's gonna want to see next chapter, was Shigaraki versus Deku. Because, okay, a quirkless Shigaraki. Let's say he has, because Endeavor's still fine, and he's got the. Oh, I didn't say that before, but the hero that I think it's the same hero that the engine guy, Todoroki, not Todoroki, Ida. The guy that Ida was working with in the Stain arc, that hero, I think it's the same guy. Like, I'm like 90% sure, 95% sure. But he's using his quirk to moisturize Aizawa's eyes, so he doesn't have to close them, and his eyes are always open. So it was nice. We saw a lot of like quirks being comboed. We don't really see that much in the story. It's something that I'm really, really, really upset with. That we don't see quirks being used like in combos or together. I mean, we did kind of see it in the like class 1A versus 1B like matchups when it's like 4v4s. We see it like rarely, honestly. There are instances of it happening, but in the grander scope, it rarely happens. Maybe like in a few arcs, and even then like a few times. In some arcs, it just doesn't happen. Like, for example, Black Clover. Beside the fact that they're always doing combos, like obviously it should be, with magic that have affinity for one another, but it's like it happens often, and it just happens in such a unique and amazing way to create these. See, I'm getting into a bit of a tangent, but what I'm just saying is the whole point is I'm glad to see even small combos. We saw them twice, first with Aizawa and that water quirk guy that Ida was friends with or was working with, and we also see Endeavor and his sidekick. I don't remember his name. Let me actually just scroll up. You can probably hear my mouse. Basically the quirk was, here we go, Endeavor sidekick Kido. Quirk trajectory, sorry. You can manipulate the trajectory of things. So I guess he can like, keep the momentum of things. So say you're running straight, and he uses his quirk, like the circle, and he makes you go right. You would instantly turn right, but you would keep that momentum. The momentum wouldn't disappear, because you know you kind of have to stop, like, because it's like a direct turn. You instantly turn right. You wouldn't be able to keep going like at the same speed and turn right. That's just not possible. So basically what he's done is, I guess, just flew in. So Endeavor's like flying forward, and he just changes the path, the momentum, keeps it all, and he goes straight up. So it was kind of very minor, but it was still nice to see, you know. So I wish we could have seen more stuff like that. I guess that's really all to talk about.